Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new on my channel, my name is Stella. I'm an education, lifestyle and mom YouTuber based in the United States of America. I'm an international student doing a PhD in chemistry in the USA. If you're new on my channel and you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button. It is the red button which is down there below. And if you want to get notified whenever a new video pops up on my channel, you can click the bell which is right next to the subscribe button. And so whenever I upload a new video, you get notified. Happy New Year, guys. This is the first video I will be putting out this year, and it's still part of our Study Abroad series. If you have been following up on the series, I'm sure that you've been learning a thing or two, and I'm looking forward to these things that you're learning being put into proper use, and looking forward to welcoming you in America. I mean, looking forward to you achieving your dreams of studying in a place that has a better system of education and a place that offers you all the opportunities that you need to be able to excel in your career. Yes, it is what it is. So in today's video, we will be talking about supervisors, when to contact a supervisor, when not to contact a supervisor, or whether you even need to contact a supervisor. I'm sure you'll be interested in this video, so keep watching. So I have a video where I talked about the requirements for applications to study abroad, and one of these requirements is supervisors. Some universities or some departments in the universities require that you get a supervisor before you even send in your application. Who is a supervisor, by the way? Remember, this is for grad school applications. That means master's degree or PhD. And we know that master's degree and PhD is a research-based program. I mean, in the United States. I know that in the United Kingdom, you can have a third master's degree. I'm not sure about that in the United States, but most of the master's degree I know about in the United States and in Canada are thesis based, and what that means is that you'll be doing research. And so a supervisor is that person, also called a PI, that professor that you will be working with in their research lab or in their research group to actually do your master's degree or PhD thesis. So that's where a supervisor is. So some schools or departments require that you get in touch with that person, get the person to approve that yes, he or she will be working with you before you even send in your applications. I think the reason why some schools do that is because they want to be sure that a particular professors have funding. They have the money to be able to pay for your research, to be able to take care of your research and everything that has to do with that program before you come in. While some schools like mine do not require that you get a supervisor prior to applying. You only get a supervisor when you have gotten the admission and you have even landed and resumed. So it all depends. Now, the first question is, do I need to contact a supervisor? That's why you need to know the requirements, and that's why you need to start checking out for requirements very early on, so that you know whether you need to get a supervisor or you don't need to get a supervisor. If you need to get a supervisor, that is a different work on its own, because you need to start sending emails to the supervisors, cold mails as it's called. So you need to start sending mails telling them about yourself, your research experience, and how you are interested in their research, and how you'll be of impact in their research group, and what you hope to take out from there, and what you hope to give in to the group, and all whatnot. So you need to send mails, and now these are like love letters. I can choose to accept this letter or not. Now, these people usually receive tons of emails, so they may respond to you, they may not respond to you. So do you see why you need to do it early on? Because you wouldn't know how your own situation will be. I am not a professional when it comes to cold mails, but I'm trying small. I did try. So I did try small. Yeah. So, but then you need to know the kind of mails that you're sending, the nature of the mail. They don't like to read very long mails. Maybe I should do a separate video on what I think about sending emails to supervisors, like the kind of emails to send. It's not like a professional video kind of, but it's going to be based on my experience, based on the little things that I know about sending cold mails. So, but for this video, let's just leave it at, do I need to contact a supervisor or not? So you need to find out from the school based on the requirements. If a supervisor, it's usually stated, you don't even, it's not hidden whether they need you to contact the supervisor. And so if they need you to, then definitely you need to start working on sending emails to professors that are working in the area that you're interested in, not just sending emails randomly anyhow, but sending emails to professors that you're interested in their work. When I say professors, I'm talking about all the faculty, research faculty. So here we just say professor to mean all of them, whether they are professors or just doctors, it doesn't matter. So now you need to start sending emails to them to be able to confirm that they are ready to work with you before you will now send an application. Sometimes people risk sending application even when the requirement says you must get a supervisor before you apply. So people just go ahead and apply. Honestly, I know of one very special case, one lady who actually contacted the supervisor. She didn't respond. She went ahead and applied, and that supervisor reached out to her. It's a very special case. It doesn't happen all the time. If the requirement says you should get a supervisor before applying, honestly, you have to get a supervisor before applying. If you want to go ahead and risk it, fine. But remember that if you're applying to places like Canada and US, you have to pay application fees, and you wouldn't want to throw your money away like that. So you wouldn't want to not meet up with requirements and go ahead and apply and even pay application fee and end up not getting the offer just because you did not meet up with the requirements. So make sure that if it's a requirement, you go ahead and do that. But in a situation when it's not where it's not a requirement, that's some good news on one side. But I also feel like a situation where getting a supervisor is not a requirement, I feel like it's a tighter situation. It's a more competitive situation, because now it's more like everybody can come and apply. Like in my own case, in my school right now, we don't require supervisor, like I mentioned earlier. So everybody can send in the application once you meet up with the minimum academic requirements. I feel like that opens up to having more applicants, and I don't know how these panelists do this, but I'm sure it's a lot of work for them getting to like cut down on, like, you just have a limited number of slots and you have up to 1,000 applicants for one position. So you see, so I feel like not getting the supervisor, as much as it reduces the work on your own part as an applicant, it also makes it a very competitive situation. And so if you get the offer, oh my goodness. So there is no sweeter part, there is no easier part, whether getting the supervisor or not getting the supervisor. Both of them are highly competitive. So what I'm just trying to achieve with this video is check out if a supervisor is required, and if a supervisor is required, go ahead and start sending emails until you get that one single yes from a particular supervisor. And if it's not a requirement, then go ahead and send in your application. And of course, it does not stop you from researching on professors that the research areas that these research faculties are working on. I did that. As much as I was not going to contact any of them, like, because I needed them to be able to send an application, I still exchanged emails. I had conversations with them about their research, because at the end of the day, when I come, I will still have to like get a supervisor. So it was not a requirement, but I was just doing it just for doing sake, because I wanted to understand their research as much as possible at that time, like a preliminary understanding. Because honestly, you wouldn't want to go to a university where they do not have your research area. So, and then you get there and you get stuck. So I was interested in knowing if this school actually has research that I find interesting. So, and it is what it is. They had areas that I was interested in, and that was what also gave me the courage to like, yes, this is actually where I want to be, and I applied. So if it's not a requirement, you can still do your research and read about them just to know if they have the research that interests you. Because at the end of the day, remember, like I said in one of my videos, don't just jackpot because you want to jackpot and then come here and get into trouble. Make sure that where you are going to, at least there is one thing that interests you, so that you don't come and when the challenges come around, it becomes so difficult for you to go, because you don't have a passion about anything you're doing, you don't even love anything about it, and now look at challenges coming your way. It will be difficult. There won't be any shoulder for you to lean on. There's no shock absorber. But if you have some passion for what you're doing, at least no matter how little, when the challenges come, there's somewhere for you to like, okay, I love what I'm doing, let the motivation for it keep me going. You understand what I mean? So I hope this video made some sense, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. People should be liking my video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. As much as I know I want to grow my channel is just to give out information, to inspire people based on my own story, and to give people hope that no matter your background, you can actually achieve whatever you want to achieve. So But even at that, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, drop me your comments, tell me your own ideas about getting a supervisor. You can share your challenges with me. I've had my own challenges too. I think in the video when I'll be talking about how to write emails, I will also talk about how I was served breakfast back to back to back to back before I finally got admission into school. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.